Good Sunday evening. It is August the 13th, 2017. We do have some rain showers that are currently moving through the vicinity right now. They are associated with a low pressure system that is mainly off to our south, and this is mainly causing the main area of convection to stay off to our south for the most part. So, with it, it's drawing in some slightly cooler temperatures than what we should be seeing at this time of the year. Normal highs are around 90 degrees, and we haven't been anywhere near that except for maybe last Thursday in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So it's been a long time since we've even hit the 90-degree mark and even relatively speaking close to it. But now we're beginning to look at maybe a slight warm up coming up here in this coming week. We'll take a look at that here in just a minute. If not this week, we have some chances later on. But right now, let's focus on a couple of these isolated rain showers. If they move over your area, just a brief little shower, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing like a big tropical downpour. We actually don't have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere as far as PWAT values, but we do have a high dew point reading right now. But we don't also have a lot of CAPE, which is the energy for those showers. So don't expect anything out of the ordinary with these, just light moving showers moving through the area. So as we look off to the southwest, you can tell where our rain is coming from. Most of this has already moved off towards our area, so it doesn't look like we're going to have to worry about much more rain chances after we get through the next couple of hours, but you can't always rule out a shower or two later on tonight. If we look at what we have in store over the next week, you'll notice that we do have possibly a slight warm-up coming up around the middle of the week, but this would be also associated with a prime time for some rain chances, so there are some questions remaining to just how warm or how hot we will get. It's not going to be too hot. It's actually going to be around average for this time of the year, but it's going to feel hot because we haven't been around average for a while. We've been quite below average, so that is why it will feel so warm outside once we get close to 90 degrees around the middle of the week. If we don't get those readings this week, next week has a better chance of seeing some higher temperature readings, so we'll take a look at that also. But right now, we'll see that we do have those rain chances for mostly Monday and Tuesday going to be dry. Maybe some clouds on Monday and Tuesday to focus on. Tuesday, probably going to see more sunshine than on Monday, but both of them are going to be having their fair share of cloudiness. On Wednesday, we see the rain chances beginning to move into our area. It's Wednesday afternoon when we see a little complex of storms, according to the GFS, move into our area. It's going to be several rounds of showers and thunderstorms that we'll have to monitor over the next second half of the week. So really from Wednesday onward, we're going to have to monitor for shower and thunderstorm chances just about every single day. And then once we get into the weekend, we might be looking at a cold front coming through. But right now, the models have sort of backed away from that idea. A few days ago, it was showing a pretty strong cold front for the upcoming weekend. We'll have to wait and monitor that just to make sure. If we do see a cold front, we will have the chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong. So we would have to monitor for that part. But if we don't see that cold front, then severe weather chances should be lower than anticipated. So if we look at what the 500 millibar pattern looks like right now, we'll notice, let's look at actually the 500 millibar height anomaly. So this is going to be showing you really just about how far above or below average. And you can tell, as of right now, we see a lot of blue. And a lot of this blue is meaning trough. It means the troughiness. It means cooler weather, usually most of the time. We're looking at 500 millibars. So this is thousands of feet up in the atmosphere, way off of Earth and way off far from where we live. But it is going, the 500 millibar pattern does signal what our pattern is going to be here at the surface. So usually when we see the blue, that means a trough, and a trough usually equals cooler weather at the surface, and that's what we've been seeing really as the mean pattern for the last 2 to 3 weeks is a trough over the central United States in particular, and a lot of these cold shots are coming straight out of Canada and are reloading in the central United States. A cold front comes through, and it plows through the eastern United States, bringing with it those cooler temperatures from Canada behind it. So it's this reloading pattern that's been coming on back and forth, and we do expect it to continue to go on through the rest of the month of August, but we think that we're going to see less frequent shots of cool air and maybe a mix of cool air and warm air. So we'll have to see how all of that plays out. But as we go throughout the next week, you can tell that trough begins to break a little bit, and it gets replaced by a ridge, which is why I think around the middle of the week we're going to be experiencing warmer temperatures than we will be on Monday and Tuesday. Once we get towards the weekend, though, we do have possibly another little weak trough coming in. This would be stronger if we do have a strong cold front ahead of it, but we'll have to watch that because, like I said, we're a little bit skeptical on how that cold front shapes out for this upcoming weekend. And then going into next week, like I said, I thought that next week would have some better chances for some ridging in the United States, and we'll wait and see how all that plays out. It looks like we might see a pretty strong ridge take hold in the eastern United States, but I think the center of that ridge will be more off towards our east. So that's why I think it's going to be a fight between the cool trough in the central United States and the warm air off to the east. We're going to kind of be stuck in the middle, and because of that, we could be looking at some more frequent rain chances over the next 2 weeks, and that is what is going to be good for us because we need some rain. Let's look at what the temperatures in store have for us over the next 15 days. Now, I don't agree with this a lot because for the last several days, it actually has been showing the same thing. But what I don't agree with it is about these hot temperatures. I don't think we're going to be seeing 92, 93, 94 degree readings just about every run. One of these days in here where I'm circling my mouse has been showing temperatures around 94 degrees at least one of the days, and I just don't agree with that. I don't think we're going to be that hot. I think we will be having a fight between the trough and the ridge, and that fight is going to keep our temperatures sort of stable or average for this time of the year. We've been below average for the last 2 weeks, but I think over the next week we'll start to be either slightly below average or right at average, which is around 90 degrees for the afternoon reading. So I do agree with this part over here. And you never know, if we see one day where we're going to be looking at an abundant amount of showers and thunderstorms in the heat of the day, then temperatures won't be anywhere near 90 degrees, but could be in the 70s or 80s because of raining clouds. So that's always an exception too. I do agree that by the end of the month, I do agree with this chart on that we will be cooling back off. It's this little time frame around the very middle of August, around the 20th, 21st time frame, that I do think we'll be seeing a little bit of a warm up, but it's not going to be anything out of the ordinary. Rainfall over the next 7 days look to be around an inch, but it all depends on the showers and thunderstorms from Wednesday on through the weekend.